Hello, welcome to Gadabout United. As always, I'm Adam. And the question I have today is, what's going wrong at United? Can it be fixed? And this is more like a mid-season review of United's fortunes. But after such a terrible January we had, it's more of an analysis of what's actually going wrong. Or have we always been this bad and we've just rode our luck over the last several months? So we were first at the beginning of January. First time we've been top of the Premier League in since Fergie's era, to 3 points behind City, having played a game more when this was recorded, and from being 6 points ahead of the Scousers to 1 point ahead. If Leicester had won in the last round of fixtures, we'd have dropped to third. Is this due to poor individual team performances, strange team selections? I don't know. But at this rate, we won't make the Champions League, and there are a lot of sides who fancy the chances of making one of those top four places if United's form continues. You notice I'm not even talking about the Championship at this stage. A lot of people getting carried away about it, but it looks like City are on a different level, and even Liverpool have refound their shooting boots. We went from a point of togetherness, of playing well instead of getting lucky, of the team looking that it's really bonded, of Pogba really wanting it, to perhaps it being a false position. So the main problems I can see is a poor record continues against the top six, substandard performances against Liverpool and Arsenal, who were both there for the taking. Liverpool have no centre-backs. Arsenal are crap. We should have, I'm sorry, excuse my language, we should have taken them both, and instead we got a point apiece. We had a very good FA Cup win, although it was a ding-dong battle, but again, after we scored the second goal through Rashford, until Fernandes came on, Liverpool dominated. I don't know what happened. It's like Liverpool woke up and we went to sleep. I have a feeling that Ole still doesn't know his best side. And I'm from an era where I saw Atkinson's size, I saw all of the Fergie era, and they knew their best teams. And I don't think he does. And I think there are still mediocre players playing ahead of one of my favourites who we've rarely seen, but I know he's one of your favourites too, Van de Beek. I still don't get how Fred, McTominay, Matic all start ahead of him. Van de Beek comes from the Ajax Academy. They don't just concentrate on one position like attacking midfielder or defensive midfielder or creative midfielder. He can run the gamut. He can play in all of those positions, and I don't think United fans get that. He's even said that himself, that he can play anywhere. So I don't understand how someone like McTominay, who I know is quite popular amongst all of you lot, can still get ahead of him. Something else that is not playing the right centre-back combination. How is it that everyone can see that Bailly and Maguire is the best combination, yet he still insists to play Lindelof ahead of Bailly? It's this misguided loyalty on players like McTominay, like Bailly, is going to be the death of our Champions League challenge, and might be the death of Ole, and I don't want to see him go. I'm not like some of you guys who just want Ole out and want United to lose. I want United to do well, but he's hurting himself. We still haven't worked out how to play at home. Our home record is still terrible, whilst our away record is still very good. And we're not getting the luck that we had earlier in the season. McAteer got a lot of abuse from everyone about him saying that United are in a false position, but he's starting to be proven to be right. And it's something that I mentioned in my first United video back in December. The player performances have also dipped. I doubt many of these players would get into a Fergie squad. But the problem we have is Ole wasn't given money to improve the squad in January. We still need a centre-back. And whilst I do like Cavani, we still need an elite striker. If we just have a quick look at all the players, De Gea and Henderson, they make the odd mistake, but I don't think they're the problem. I think they've done all right. I think De Gea's playing better than he has over the last couple of years. And even going into the fullbacks, I think Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, depending on who you ask, have been our two best fullbacks. Wan-Bissaka at least recently. Shaw, his stock has risen as well. But even Tellers and Williams, who I've got a lot of time for, I think he'll be a good United player in the future. They've been fairly solid when they've played. The centre-backs, as I've already mentioned, are a big issue. I won't go over it again, but I think Maguire and Bailly are the best pairing, and I don't think Lindelof works well with Maguire. I don't think that's a secret to United fans. Let's look at midfield. Pogba's got back into the running of things. He's really up for it. But in the games where he's struggled, he started the game well, and then he's just dropped off because the team's dropped off. He's a confidence player. He needs quality around him. I think McTominay, I think he's a decent squad player. I've not got a big issue with him, but I don't think he's as good as Van der Beek. I think Matic, he rarely gives a good performance. He's okay. He's good to come in low-key games or as a last 10-minute enforcer. But I won't go over Van der Beek again, but he should be starting. Even Fernandes, one of the few bright lights in the team, is being played to death. He can't hope to keep his form up they produced in the earlier months of the season where he was winning Player of the Month awards. He needs to be rested, and I think that his form is suffering because of that. He does give the ball away a lot with too many sloppy passes, which are glossed over with moments of genius. So he has some things in his game that needs to be improved. Striker-wise, do I need to say anything about Martial? Terrible season, no confidence, no smiles, no inspiration, no inventiveness. He's the opposite of last season. He's really suffering the most of any of the forwards. Rashford runs hot and cold. He can be as brilliant as last season or as he has ever been. And at other times, it seems like he's forgotten the basics of being in a team. Greenwood, amazing last season, but the pressure of a new season, unwarranted media criticism, and some badly thought out personal life choices has seen a drop in form as a consequence of that. But I'd love to see him back to his best because he was amazing last year. Cavani always puts a shift in, but is he a bit too old to be considered elite? He's a really good squad player. He'd be a good squad player under Fergie, just like Larsson was. This is my conclusion. So our target should be top 4. Winning the league was obviously the goal, but I don't think that's realistic. And Ole has 4 months at least to try and secure a Champions League spot. I still think that's a good improvement if we can put some really good performances together. And also we have the FA Cup. I don't think he'll focus on the Europa League, and it's also a very tough competition to win. But I'd like to see United lift the cup this year. I think we missed a massive opportunity with Liverpool without a defence and City without strike force, and the chasing pack just beating each other and taking points off each other. That this could have been a better year for us, but maybe it was always beyond us. Ole should focus on playing his best side. I don't think he recognises his best side, and his best side wouldn't match any of our best sides, not with the centre-back partnership and not with the midfield. We need to go for it against wounded sides like Liverpool and Arsenal, and we've missed opportunities. We've now played twice against Arsenal. We're not going to get another chance to beat them this season. We need to tighten up on the basics, passing, finishing. If we don't get some of the basics right, we're only going to have the Europa League and maybe a cup run left. Ole won't survive the summer, which might make some of you happy, but I'd rather United be successful and Ole stay. Anyway, what do you think? Please like, share and subscribe and leave a comment below.